Hey, Dan Passarelli here. Well, we're starting off the week a little bit in the hole, not too bad. The S&P 500 down 0.75% today as the SPY ends up down 4.66 at 620.68. This, of course, is because we're back in this tariff game again. We never really left it. Tariffs were supposed to take effect this week, but we got another just kidding from President Trump as he extended tariffs to the deadline to August 1st. But that didn't stop him from posting some what he calls letters on Truth Social, saying he will impose pretty steep tariffs on a few countries: Laos, Myanmar, South Africa, Kazakhstan, and Malaysia. Now, what does this really mean? Well, with some of these countries, it doesn't mean that much at all. Myanmar, there's already sanctions. There's pretty limited exports. Some low-cost clothing might be affected. Laos, not really that big of a deal either. There's some wood, but we get most of our timber from Canada, coffee, a little bit of apparel. Those two countries, which are the two 40% ones, very, very minimal impact. But, some of the countries like South Africa, we get a lot of our diamonds and gold and platinum. We get a lot of platinum from South Africa. What's made from platinum? Your catalytic converter. You better get the low jack system installed or an alarm on there, because those suckers might go missing pretty soon. The other countries, Kazakhstan and Malaysia, that ends up being a little bit interesting too, because this big, beautiful bill that went through is kind of putting a damper on a lot of the green energy. And we think about things like, okay, well, that is better for coal and that's better for gasoline, oil. But there's also been a big push towards nuclear energy as the clean energy source. That one didn't really get punished quite so much, more incentivized, but Kazakhstan is their top export is uranium. So I don't know how that's going to work. Seems to be a little bit of a helps hurts sort of scenario. That's where we are on this. The market is trading, as of right now, I'm shooting this shortly after the close, it's trading a little bit lower from the close, but we'll see how it plays out. But realistically, it's not too unlikely that we get a little bit of follow through as we look, and let's narrow in a little bit more here. As we look at the RSI here, RSI can exist in overbought territory for a long time, but once it crosses back down below that 70 level, that's when we tend to get some follow through. Now, it's not always necessarily follow through for months. Sometimes it's weeks, sometimes it's just days, but it's pretty likely we get a little bit of follow through here going forward. So if you've been holding puts, hope you didn't sell them yet. Hold on to those suckers. Hope that helps. This is Dan Passarelli, Trade Smart.